quarter-final of a Super Series event. So to Wang Xian, a year older than her opponent at the age of 24, the defending champion, born in Suzhou, in Jiangsu province on the east coast of China. World number 2, and her win-loss record for the year, 10 tournaments prior to this, 4 finals, winning 2 of them. And she's had much more of a battle to get through to today's final. Second round match against the left-handed Sayaka Takahashi was a game and 8-13 down, and then promptly won 13 of the next 15 points to win that second game, 21-15, and a comfortable third and deciding game. Although she was 13 down in that third, it has to be said. Saina Nehwal, opponent in the semi-final, and that was a fairly extraordinary match too, because she was 7-13 down in the deciding game against Saina Nehwal and promptly won 14 of the next 15 points, including 11 straight points to close out the match from 10-13. So if Wang Xian is down in the match, do not write her off. She's already approved this week in Paris, though she is extraordinary at coming back from deficits. So this is the 9th meeting between the two players. The previous 8 can't be split. They've won 4 apiece, but the last 2 matches have been won by Wang Xian, including the last time they played, which was in the final of the India Super Series event. It was a close match, as you could see, 22-20, 21-19.
Wang Xian, China. And on my left, Li Shuihui, China. Li Shuihui to serve, love all, play.
So one of 2 finals today, where we've got the number 1 and 2 seeds appearing in the final. Another final, of course, is men's doubles, the last final of the day. All Chinese affair here in the women's singles. The Olympic
Service
champion,
over.
number 1 seed, Li Shuihui.
Love.
In the yellow shirt, the defending champion here in Paris, Wang Xian. Of course, China guaranteed the title at the 8th staging of the French Super Series event. Only once has China failed to win the women's singles here in Paris. That was in 2012 when Minatsu Mitani won the title, beating Saina Nehwal in the final. Oh, what a drop shot from the defending champion.
2-love.
Well, even if Wang Xian retains her title here, she can't move above Li Shuihui in the Destination Dubai rankings. Li Shuihui, not only this her 10th final of 2014 of 10 tournaments played, we also reached the final of the Super Series finals, not just reaching the final, won the Super Series finals last year. And therefore that's 11 consecutive tournaments that she has played. She's reached the final. Now, in case any of you are eagle-eyed and looked at Li Shuihui's win-loss record for the year, and I've told you that she's been in 9 finals and only won 4, and you would have seen her win-loss record for the year, saying that she'd only lost 4 times. It's because her winning or being in the final of the Asian Games, where she lost out to Wang Yihan, so she was silver medalist at the Asian Games. That doesn't count towards world ranking. So that's why the discrepancy. Oh, that's landed in. What a start for the defending champion.
5-love.
I have to say, I thought Li Shuihui yesterday in a semi-final against Ratchanok Intanon was a little slow at the start. Didn't get off to the best of starts. Physically looked a bit stiff in her movement, hasn't he? She's looking there when she lunges forward.
Service over. 1-5.
That drop shot, reverse slice.
2-5.
Well, she will know, unless it's a tight spinning net shot, it will be pounced on. That's why she's going for it so tight to the net.
Three, 5.
Well, I think we've only had one challenge all day so far.
Service over. 6-3.
Hawkeye's probably enjoying a cup of tea, waiting for a next challenge.
Seven, 3. Eight, 3.
Oh, it's good judgment. Just long. No, that's a dreadful
9,
mistake from the Olympic
3.
champion. Well, after the tension and excitement and drama of our previous final, the men's singles, this at the moment looks a little tame. Yeah, 2
10, 3.
service error returns. We simply don't expect that from the world number one. Oh, that was going out as well. Could have left that.
Service over. 4-10.
Wang, Asian Games gold medalist, watching this with interest. Oh, that's nice. It's going out. Oh no, it's come back in.
5-10.
Oh, I did wonder earlier on in the week whether there was a bit of sideways drift. I'm looking virtually down, straight down that line, and the flight of the shuttle, as it started, was definitely going out, but it certainly landed back in.
Service over. 11-5. Interval.
So a 6-point advantage for the defending champion at the mid-game interval. Yeah, and I said that physically she's not looking too good at the moment, Li Shuai. And of course with 2 Chinese players involved, as with the women's doubles, Chinese coaching staff just sitting in the stands enjoying watching this.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds. (11-5). Play.
Oh, yeah.
Service over.
That's better.
6-11.
Well, I did notice in her semi-final yesterday, Li Shuai, a lot of strapping on a hamstring, right hamstring. I'm sitting at the same end of the court as you,
11.
watching this. I can't quite see. Yeah, there is some strapping on that right hamstring. There we are. quite difficult to spot, actually, but it's definitely there.
Service over. 12-7.
Good backhand. Oh, super. Yeah, the backhand clear.
Service over.
Played to perfection, deep into the forehand corner of her opponent. And then look at that delightful cross-court net shot, making Wang Xiaoxian scamper the full diagonal of the court, the longest distance to travel. Oh, well. That too, asking questions this time from Wang Xiaoxian.
13-8.
Brilliant backhand.
Service over. 9-13. Ten, 13.
Of course, these two players, both based at the National Training Centre, so they will spar against each other on a daily basis. They'll know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Oh, that was going out, wasn't it? This is much better badminton, better intensity, better movement.
Wang 13.
Watching and obviously analysing.
Play, please.
Oh, that serve has landed in.
12-13.
Oh, she thought it was going wide of the centre line. It was very, very interesting. We were noticing this last week when Li Shuirui was playing the final, that her low serve is going quite deep into court. It's going nowhere near that front service line.
14-12.
Won the Denmark Open title last week, of course, against Wang Yihan, Li Shuirui. And in fact, both players started using the serve. Yeah. Well, now Wang Xiaoxian is
Service over.
not aiming towards that front service line.
14.
Giving enough pace on the shuttle, hitting through it enough to make sure that it would land a good metre inside the court. That one probably 2 metres.
all.
So back level. From 3-10 down.
Service over. 15-14. 14. Sixteen, 14.
Oh, just wide. I think there might be a challenge. Oh, no, she doesn't challenge.
14.
Why on earth not? No, I can see why not. Oh, my goodness, that's wild.
18, 14.
Not even close. Well, if you're going to play the cross-court smash in singles, you have to be pretty certain that your opponent is either out of position because all your opponent has to do, if they read it, is play the straight block, and then you've got the whole diagonal to scamper, and that's what happens. You can't get there in time. It's either got to be very, very accurate, or your opponent's got to be out of position.
15, 19.
Gone long.
Service over.
So game point opportunities
20,
for the defending
15.
champion.
Game.
First time of asking. And Wang Xian, the number 2 seed,
21,
the current All-England champion, takes the opening game against the Olympic champion, Li Shuai. 21-15 the scoreline, 18 minutes needed. Well, all credit to Wang Xian as we see confirmation of that score. There's a real question mark in my mind about the preparations of Li Shuai. Yesterday, in the semi-final, I thought she was slow to get going. 13-17 down in the opening game against Ratchanok Kintanon, and then promptly won 8 of the next 9 points. Cannot afford against the other top players, in my opinion, to be slow out of the blocks. So I don't know whether it's a real injury concern and she's just got to get her confidence in moving. There is no excuse in my mind for a player not being physically warmed up.
Second game, love all, play.
So Gilles Cavet or France, our umpire, calls for the second game to get underway. That's landed in.
1-love.
Good length on those clears from Wang CHN.
Service over. 1-all.
Oh my
Service over.
goodness me.
2-1.
Well, that was long by a country mile. Yeah, she loves that
3-1.
backhand cross court, does Wang CHN. And surely Li Shuirui should be looking for that. Dear me.
4-1.
It's a better rally. Oh my goodness. Well, if she's injured, she really shouldn't be on court. But by walking onto court, I'm a great believer. Whenever I walked onto court, despite any injury problems I had, I thought I was declaring myself mentally and physically fit to play, and therefore there should be no excuses. You've just got to get on with it.
Service over. 2-5. Service over. 6-2.
Gone wide.
Service over. 3-6. Service over. 7-3.
Well, it's difficult to believe it's the same player who won the Olympic gold medal and has been in 2 World Championship finals. Li Shuirui is most definitely out of sorts today. Yeah, yet another error on the return of serve. Yeah, she's saying she's had enough. She's quitting.
Li Shuirui retired.
Yeah. Well, quite clearly she couldn't move properly. I'm not sure what the problem is, but I think the crowd here, well, she waves to the crowd. The crowd aren't too happy, I can assure you.
15, 8-3.
Well, a disappointing way for Wang CHN to retain her title. But as I was saying, I mean, it looked quite clear to me there was something wrong. (21-15), 8-3 up. And at that stage, after just 24 minutes, the Olympic champion said she'd have enough. So this is her third final here in Paris, and the third time she's failed to win. 2 previous finals, I believe she completed the match. So very, very disappointing. 24 minutes and the women's singles is all over.
Cérémonie protocolaire de cette troisième finale du jour, le simple dame.
So both players make their way back into the Stade de Coubertin. Well, it's always very disappointing when an athlete is injured. But with the two remaining Super Series events coming up next month, the China Super Series and then the Hong Kong Super Series, and with all three Chinese players, these two plus Wang Yihan, all vying for the two only qualifying positions. You're not allowed more than two players per nation in the Super Series finals. It is perhaps wise not to do long-term damage. And Li Shuai, it was very clear from very early on she was struggling with her movement. So beaten finalist in 2010, 2011, and again here in 2014. The Olympic champion, Li Shuai. Well, whatever the problem is, I do hope she manages to recover quickly, because she has had a remarkable run of tournaments, 10 consecutive finals of 2014. A 12th Super Series title of her career for Wang Xiaoxian, retaining her title here at the French Super Series. Oh, she looked impressive yesterday in her semi-final against the two-time former champion Wang Yihan. She won that in just 32 minutes. So the trophy, the flowers, and the mascot from the Super Series title sponsors MetLife, and of course the YONEX French Open has proved a happy hunting ground for Wang Xiaoxian. Third title of the year to add to the All England and the Indian French. Now her third.
C'est le retour des cadeaux.